Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review and switching things up and bringing in some more Star Wars, which I may be doing from time to time. But here we have the Star Wars The Black Series. I have no idea what wave number this is on at this point. I think it's maybe wave 3 of 2021. However, the numbering system, it will continue with Star Wars. I just don't know. But anyway, we have here the Elite Squad Trooper, which is from the upcoming Disney Plus animated series Star Wars The Bad Batch. Now, there are also a few other figures that have released. In this particular wave, this is the same wave that has Asajj Ventress, has the bo-katan, and then Hunter, and I forget the other one, and then Wrecker will be a deluxe figure coming out later on in the year. So here we have the Elite Squad Trooper. He actually looks pretty cool. I'm really digging the dark gray. It's not black, which, you know, would be like the Death Troopers. So there's some things that are kind of switched up. The green visor actually looks pretty cool. I don't have any troopers, so unfortunately I will not be doing any kind of comparisons with other figures. This one will be pretty much just a straight review on what the action figure looks like and how the articulation is. So forgive me for not being able to provide additional comparisons, but I want to talk about the figure itself. Before I really get into it, I want to send a big shout out to ToyMaestro on Instagram. Always look out for his sales posts. He always has the upcoming action figures, whether it's Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, or other figure lines. So always be on the lookout. ToyMaestro, at ToyMaestro on Instagram. Link in the video description below. So here, looking at the package, we get the awesome artwork of the Elite Squad Trooper there on the side. We got some things going on in the background. Don't really know what's going on. Not really entirely sure what the show is about, other than kind of centering around this particular group of troopers. Called the Bad Batch, and then we know that what's her name from The Mandalorian is actually making an appearance in this. So I believe this is a prequel. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive it's a prequel, and I forget her name, but it's Ming-Na Wen from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., from Mandalorian, from Mulan. She was in the Street Fighter movie also as Chun-Li. I just found that out not long ago. But anyway, she is also going to be in the show, which is pretty cool. Here, looking at the back of the package, we get that same promotional artwork of the Elite Squad Trooper. We see that he is number 3 in the Star Wars The Bad Batch line. The bio reads, Elite Squad Trooper, after the formation of the Galactic Empire, a small group of highly skilled enlisted recruits is tasked with neutralizing anti-imperial insurgents throughout the galaxy as a means to prove the effectiveness of conscripted soldiers. Ah, interesting. So, there it is. Let's get him open. Okay, so here is the Elite Squad Trooper out of the package, and he is a fun one. Although, I do feel like he is a bit undersized if we're talking about an actual person inside of a plastic armored suit that's there to protect him. But he's got some good things going on. Now, I do wish that I had other troopers to be able to do some comparisons with you guys, but I want to talk about the figure the best that I can without being able to compare, so you guys will just kind of see how things are going with it. So first, I want to talk about the weapon that he comes with. So he comes with this blaster here. Now, the weird thing about this blaster is I try and get it to focus. Focus. Okay, so finally I got to focus in. So here we have his blaster. Now the weird thing about it is, and you really have to see it in a bright light and real close to it, but it's this weird, like super dark brown color to it, so it's not exactly a black color. It's not exactly the same color gray as the figure. So it's really weird to describe. Not that it's a big deal at all, but just thought I'd point that out. But looking at the sculpt of it, you can see there. I don't know if this is something that has been reused in the past. I know there is a large catalog of Star Wars Black Series, so I wouldn't even know where to begin looking to see if this is something that has been released before or if it is new. I have a feeling that it might be previously released. We get this notch on the side there, which I was thinking, oh, that's cool. That could be some weapon storage somewhere on the figure. However, there is nowhere for that to notch into the figure, so that's why I'm thinking it is a reuse of something that they've released before. Not a big deal, but there it is. So looking at the figure itself, I really like the visor. I love that green color in the dark gray. Just came out looking really nice. It's this nice like flat green, so it's not like a metallic green or super shiny or anything. It's a little bit of a flat green, which really helps stand out. Looks really good in my opinion. Now again, I don't know if this is going to be a new helmeted head sculpt or if this is something that has been reused on a previous trooper. I tried to take it off, but it gets a little bit tricky, because one weird thing is you can actually see that there is some sort of head actually up underneath there, as you can see, as I provide, you know, additional light. So there is some kind of head over there, so it's a helmet glued over a head, but it's not coming off. And the Star Wars Black Series figures are now seem to be using that same neck articulation that G.I. Joe Classified Series uses, where the neck itself is on a ball peg into the torso, so you get movement in the neck, and then you also get movement on the head on top of the neck. And because of that, I just feel like it's not really going to pop off. The rest of the figure, all the armor pieces are done in this dark gray color. We do get some blacks, and that's going to be the portions underneath the armor. So a little bit on the hips that you can see there, in the back of the legs, you get the black. There on the knees, you get a little bit of the black, and then the gloves, a little bit of the black. The back of the hand is armored, so you get that dark gray. You can see the black of the shoulders there as well, and then the neck. Other than that, the whole thing is that same gray plastic color. The belt, everything completely the same. They didn't change the colors whatsoever. But there he is. So now let's zoom out and take a look at his articulation. Okay, so I did look it up. It looks like this Elite Squad Trooper is actually the exact same as like this Entertainment Earth exclusive Trooper pack, the Clone Troopers. Just different paint, or lack thereof paint, just different color plastic, really, because there's no color to it at all. But it looks to be the exact same. Look like the weapons, the helmets, the body, everything was the same. So it is a reuse, basically a repaint, if that's what you want to call it. So nothing new. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation of the Elite Squad Trooper. So he can look down, kind of, not really. He can look up, not really at all, because it just kind of forces its way back, which is kind of crazy. So the head, it's kind of weird. You get the full rotation in there, and you can get some pivot going on, so that's pretty cool, but it's a lot of circular motion. You just can't get him to really look up or down. So these shoulder pads here are a soft rubber like material, so you want to kind of work those over the shoulder, and you can get the arm to go up that high, which is great. You get a full rotation in there. There is a butterfly joint as well, so not a huge amount of motion, but you can see that you can get it to go back a little bit, and you can get it to come forward somewhat. It's not going to give you the ability to do the crossbody or anything, but it's there. We get a single jointed elbow, which I've noticed that lots of Black Series are doing single jointed elbows. You guys let me know down in the comments how you feel about that, because I would think, you know what, they should do some double jointed, but they don't. So swivel at the elbow, and you get that much bend there. The way this elbow pad works, it's a rubbery material, but it's attached to the bicep piece, so it kind of gets in the way when you're hinging the elbow. I mean, it's an effective elbow piece. You know, I like the way it works. It's soft, but it does hinder a little bit. We have a diaphragm joint, so we got a rocker, so we can get some circular motion. He can pivot to his left that much. He can pivot to his right that much. Going back really isn't a whole lot. Coming forward isn't really a whole lot, but there's some there. There is no waist swivel, so you get the turn actually at that diaphragm joint there. Legs go out that far apart, so not a whole lot either. Going forward, it kind of twists and turns to come out, because it doesn't really want to just come straight out because of the design of the armor. So here on his thigh, it gets in the way of just trying to hinge it out, so you gotta like turn it, and that's the best that you're going to be able to do it. So it's pretty limited in that aspect there. You actually do get an upper thigh cut, so I guess if you turn the thigh, and you can't really turn it back to do a standard kick, but it does have that thigh swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, knee, I mean, like so. And the way the knee pad is designed kind of hinders that articulation, that bend on the knee, but it is there. No boot swivel or calf swivel of any kind, but we have an ankle that doesn't want to go down at all, because you can see the sculpt of that armor on the leg. Not going to go down. It's just not going to happen whatsoever. But you do get some ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and it hinges up a little bit, as you can see there, but it's just the down portion that just will not work out. So there he is. Now let's see some side by side with other Black Series figures. And of course, I forgot wrist swivel. This one has the standard horizontal hinge as you can see there, but the trigger finger hand actually has the vertical hinge, so the up and down, like the roll of the dice motion, so that's good. Okay, so here's the only side-by-side comparison that I really can do because I just don't have any other figures that are actually out of the package. But here we have the bo-katan, which is in the same wave, which I also got from ToyMaestro as well. So big thank you again, ToyMaestro, for the hookup on these Star Wars Black Series figures. Make sure to check him out on Instagram at ToyMaestro. Link in the video description below. Here we have the Beskar Armor Mandalorian. This is the single release, not the Target exclusive 2-pack. And you can see that the Elite Squad Trooper is actually a little bit taller than him, and just like this, where there's a helmet glued on top of probably just a generic face head sculpt, not an actual head sculpt, and because people on my Target exclusive review were like, you know, the other one has a head under the helmet too. Yeah, but it's glued on. It's not like you could remove it and reveal a face. But yeah, there's the side-by-side comparison. I guess when I look at it, you know, the Black Series figures tend to be a little bit smaller, so even like the Mandalorian, he's not too bulky. So I guess this is fairly believable of an actual person inside a suit of armor, so I guess that works. So that's all I could show you guys for a side-by-side comparison. With Star Wars Black Series figures, I tend to only collect things such as like the retro vintage card, so like the Kenner-inspired 40th anniversary, or in this case Lucasfilm 50th anniversary. I did get the Obi-Wan and Jawa figures today. I already placed my Jawa in a figure shield. That's because the card came bent, even though it came in a shipper box. It was still a little bent, so I was a little disappointed by that. So be aware of that. My second Obi-Wan that I ordered actually has a crease in the card, so even though they're coming in shippers, doesn't mean they're coming in mint condition. But anyway, as I ramble on, that is the review of the Elite Squad Trooper from the upcoming Disney Plus series Star Wars The Bad Batch. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Do you have the other troopers? Does he kind of fall in line with that? You guys let me know all in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.